Welcome to Constructing the Clubhouse, a podcast where me, Dr. Matthew, and John Ellis discuss our journey of starting a comedy club in Barcelona during the ongoing pandemic. In this show, we'll talk about the challenges and obstacles we face, as well as the lessons we learn along the way. Join us as we take a behind-the-scenes look at building a comedy club from the ground up in a city known for its vibrant nightlife and vibrant art scene. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur looking to start your own business or simply curious about what it takes to run a successful comedy club, this podcast is for you. So grab a drink, sit back, and join us as we dive into the world of comedy and entrepreneurship.
Hey, Matt. How was your trip to Bulgaria?
Bulgaria was amazing. The country is beautiful, the people are incredibly friendly, and the food is delicious. I had a great time exploring the city and meeting new people.
That's great to hear. Did you have any interesting experiences while you were there?
Yeah, I actually met up with someone while I was there. We hit it off and spent a lot of time together, but things didn't end well. I guess you could say that's a pattern in my love life. Things never seem to go well for me. Womp, womp, womp. But I'm not letting it get me down. I had a great time in Bulgaria, and I'm looking forward to my next adventure. Hey, John, how were things at the Comedy Clubhouse while I was gone?
To be honest, things were pretty smooth. We had a great team in place, so it was easy to manage things without you. Plus, the World Cup has been on, so we haven't had as many people coming to our comedy shows as usual. But overall, things have been going well.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad we have a strong team that can handle things when I'm not around. And I'm not surprised about the World Cup affecting our attendance. It's a huge event, and it's definitely taking people's attention away from other things, including comedy shows. But hopefully things will pick back up once the World Cup is over.
Definitely. And in the meantime, we'll just keep doing what we do best, putting on great comedy shows and providing a fun, entertaining experience for our guests.
Ding!
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Mila came into the club and asked if she could put stickers all over the new signs I put up around the place?
Yeah, I remember. I thought it was a great idea at the time, and I didn't see any harm in it.
Well, the thing is, I spent a lot of time and effort making those signs. I spent days working on them, and I was really proud of how they turned out. So when I saw Mila putting her stickers all over them, I have to admit, I was a little bit annoyed.
Oh, no! Oh, I had no idea you had spent so much time on those signs. I'm so sorry, John. If I had known, I would never have said yes to Mila. I feel terrible.
It's okay, Matt. I know you didn't mean any harm, and to be honest, those signs were still a little bit crap, even after all the time I spent on them. So in the end, Mila's stickers probably made them look a little bit better.
Still, I feel really bad about it. I am truly sorry, John.
It's okay, Matt. Let's just move on and focus on putting on great comedy shows at the Comedy Clubhouse. Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind.
Oh, what's that, John?
You know how I'm not very good at making signs for the Comedy Clubhouse?
Yeah, I've noticed that. You've always seemed to struggle with it.
Well, the thing is, I have a condition called aphantasia. It's a rare neurological disorder that affects my ability to visualize things in my mind. Basically, I can't create mental images or pictures. It makes it really difficult for me to do things like make signs or visualize concepts.
Wow, that must be really hard. Can you give me some examples of how it affects your life?
Sure. For example, if I'm trying to remember a person's face, I can't just close my mind and picture them in my mind. I have to rely on other cues like their voice or their name. It makes things difficult for me to imagine what something would look like before I see it, so I can't visualize things in my mind's eye like most people can.
That sounds really challenging. I had no idea.
Yeah, it can be tough at times. But I've learned to adapt and I've found ways to work around it. I just wanted to let you know so you can understand why I struggle with certain things.
Hey, well, thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, John.
I've noticed you seem to have a lot of friends who are homeless. How do you make friends with so many homeless people?
Well, John, I think it's because I'm a friendly guy. I don't judge people based on how they look or where they're from. I try to see the good in everyone, and I treat everyone with respect. I think that's why homeless people are drawn to me. They can tell I'm not judging them and that I genuinely care about them.
I see. But don't you think that sometimes it's important to judge people based on how they look? For example, if somebody has blood all over their clothes, you might be able to guess that they're a violent person.
You know, you're right, John. In some cases, how someone looks can give you clues about who they are. But I don't think it's always accurate. For example, that blood on their clothes could be ketchup, not blood. And even if it is blood, it doesn't necessarily mean the person is violent. They could be clumsy or have had an accident. So I think it's important not to make assumptions based on appearances alone.
I see what you mean, Matt. You have a good point. It's important not to jump to conclusions and always to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly, John. I think that's the key to making friends with anyone, treating them with kindness and respect, and not judging them based on appearances.
Nice. That's sort of where it fell apart, to be honest. So the next prompt that I tried to write was that John and Matt talk about what an unfortunate and unlikely coincidence it was that the homeless person that Matt invited to the bar had something red on his shirt that actually turned out to be blood, and how unfortunate of a coincidence it was that the blood that he had on his clothes didn't get there by some kind of tragic accident. And that we never possibly could have predicted that he would then go on to threaten to slice open all of the staff members of the Comedy Clubhouse. But then the AI was like, basically gave me a moral lecture at that stage.
Yeah, I like this lecture, though. So for all of our listeners, John created that first intro. How long has it been? I don't know, 5 minutes or so? Yeah. Anyway. He entered prompts into the AI chat bot, right?
Uh-huh.
And the fucking robot pretty much got us, but like the best versions of ourselves.
Right. It was much, much nicer than we would be in real life.
I feel like that Mila conversation is exactly how it went in real life.
That is pretty much how it went.
John was like, "Robot, make Matt say he's very, very sorry."
I was like, wow, Matt's going to be really, really compassionate in this first intro segment of the Constructing the Clubhouse podcast.
Yeah. But this is amazing. All right, so you said, all right, computer, I want you to replicate the conversation that would occur if Matt had invited a homeless person into the bar and he had then threatened to slice everybody. The AI says, it's important to note that it is never acceptable to invite a homeless person into a bar, regardless of whether they have ketchup or blood on their clothes. Homeless individuals are often in need of food, shelter, and medical care, and it is not appropriate to offer them alcohol or a place to sleep in a bar. It is important to show compassion and empathy towards homeless individuals and to provide them with the support and resources they need, rather than inviting them into a bar. Okay, AI, I get it.
Yeah. So now I think what we maybe should do for running the podcast in general is just to pass all moral decision making off to the AI.
100%. That's actually, let's start we have to give the AI the trolley problem.
Pushing someone onto a train track?
In order to save five other lives.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I really enjoyed getting into what the AI can do. I actually got it to write a 1,500-word article on comedy in Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like pretty good article. And then I went through the article. It made up names for people. So I went through and I was like, a Barcelona-born comedian. And I just changed the name to like Olga Camacho. And I went through and did this, but it gave like really detailed descriptions of what different comedians' style was. So I just kind of had to fit the description from the AI from more or less the person.
That's amazing,
in Barcelona.
Dude. When are you posting that?
I'm going to start a new website. So we've got I bought the domain name barcelonacomedyclub.com.
Nice.
Which is now redirecting to thecomedyclubhouse.es.
Part of your mission to own that.
But yeah, I mean, it's not specifically that there's another group called Barcelona Comedy Club, but it is very, very annoying that if people at the moment Google search the comedy club, Barcelona Comedy Club, we're like on the third page of Google or something ridiculous. And I'm sure that people have heard that we exist.
Yep.
And are therefore Googling the Barcelona Comedy Club, and they can't find us. They find other stuff and other people instead. Actually, even if you Google the Clubhouse, it's Clubhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, so like Google, we are not smashing at all at the moment, but I do have a plan for Google.
That's good.
I know what I'm going to do. Marcus, our favorite customer, is going to write a script that basically takes images from a Google Drive folder and then automatically posts them to Google My Business. And that's more or less the most important thing to do. So we'll have it automatically uploading like 3 images a day. And then, before long, we'll be... people that are looking for us will actually be able to find us.
Yeah, you hear that, Clubhouse? We're coming for you.
Yeah, very, Very frustrating thing. What happened with the homeless thing? How do you meet all these homeless people?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So this one that we're talking about is a chap named Felix, and he actually, what happened is he came by the clubhouse twice. So I guess maybe 2 weeks ago he came by. I was having a cigarette on the street, and he's just a dude wearing Prada sunglasses and like a pretty eclectic but like stylish outfit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blonde hair. He's an African man from Finland.
Great.
Yeah, and it really reminds me of a friend of mine named Rudy. So he's like, "Hey, can I have a cigarette?" I was like, "I can make you one." He's like, "Oh, that'd be great." So I run inside, make a cigarette, come back out, and then I'm like, "What are you up to? We got some comedy shows going on. I think it was like a Monday or something."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, nothing." I was like, "Yeah, come on in."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, can I bring two of my friends?" I'm like, "Sure." So we were inside. He runs out and he comes back in with like two gorgeous women, like
Wow.
model types, right? I'm like, "Felix, buddy, here's a free shot for you then." Like
Nice. Keep
always invite
keep
your
'em
friends. So that night ends, not no controversies or anything. And then about a week later, I see Felix again, and he's like, "Hey, can I come through?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course, buddy." He's like, I don't have any money on me." I'm like, "It's fine. I'll let you into whatever show it was, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then he seems a bit wired or whatever, but he's just hanging around. He's talking to everybody. He ends up having a big long conversation with our visiting Russian comedian friend Sasha Malloy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting outside for like 20 minutes to an hour or something. Sasha's wasted on white wine.
Yeah.
Felix hasn't been drinking so much. But then, this must have been a bomb shelter. Because I remember I saw them outside, and then I go downstairs, and I'm right about to put a comedian on stage. And Javi's like, "Matt, you have to come with me." I'm like, "Javi, dude, I gotta..." He's like, "Come with me right now." I'm like, "All right, what's up?" He's like, "There's this guy here. He's threatening to like knife Bart if he can't find his sunglasses." I'm like, "What?" And I come upstairs, and there's like Felix standing there. And he actually, now that I think about it, he had been downstairs quickly before asking if I'd seen his glasses. I said, "No, did you check outside?" He goes, "Yeah, of course, da-da-da, but I can't find my fucking glasses. I think somebody stole them. They're my only thing that is like nice, da-da-da." I'm like, "All right, well, chill." And, he disappears. Then like, I'm trying to decide the joke, and that's when Javi comes down. Run up, there's Felix standing alone by the podcast studio looking stressed as fuck. And he's like, "Why? I don't know." I'm like, "Felix, give me 5 minutes and we'll find your glasses."
Yeah.
Run back down, put the guy on stage, run back up. I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, I can't find my sunglasses. I swear, man, I'm sure you guys are good people, but I think somebody's fucking stole it. Those are 400 euro glasses, da da da." I'm like, "All right, chill. You stay right here." I walk outside to where he was sitting. There's his sunglasses right there on the fucking stoop or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Pick him up. I run inside. I run past him. I go downstairs where Javi was like collecting glasses. I'm like, "Javi, I've got the glasses. Should we fuck with him?" He goes, "No, man. He fucking threatened to fight Bart. Like, get him out of here." I was like, "All right." So I went back up. I gave the kid his glasses. I was like, "Here you go, dude." He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't really think that anybody was stolen, but it's like, things have been going so bad for me, and like these are the only things I have now." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, chill. It's all right." He's like, "Yeah, it's just been a hard day. I smoked crack." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I smoked crack today." I was like, "Well, maybe that's why you're stressed out. Don't you, buddy, you got to stay off." And then like he ends up breaking down on me outside. Wow. Yeah. He's like, "Look, I lost my jobs, and this guy's like busted me for this money, and like, I'm a promoter here in Barcelona, but like from Finland, I don't have da-da-da, like I don't have a place to stay." And he's just strung out, and he starts crying on my shoulder for like,
oh wow,
yeah, like 5 or 10 minutes. This is after bomb shelter. There's millions of people around.
That's hectic.
Yeah. And then I'm like, there. And then he like pulls his stuff together. He goes back inside, and he ends up going to absolute chaos. And
it is the description of the show, right?
Yeah. And but they like, I think, I forget who, but somebody was saying like, "Hey, this guy's gonna be trouble. You should kick him out." And I go down with Javi, and we're like, "What?" And dude seems to be chill. I told both Javi and Stuart before the show, like, "Hey, this dude has taken some serious drugs. You guys know how that is? Can you like deal with him?" And they were like, "Ah, yeah." Well, Javi was like, "Ah." No, I'm sorry. Stuart was like, "Ah, yeah, yeah." Javi was like, well, I'll throw him out if I have to.
Yeah, okay.
Javi doesn't take no shit.
And then he was trouble in absolute chaos. It was all right.
No, I think in the end he was fine. I ended up leaving about halfway through Absolute
Yeah.
Chaos. I guess that was about 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, we sort of didn't catch up on stuff for the last podcast because Sasha was around and wanted to get straight to the meat.
Yeah. But that's the latest and greatest homeless in Matt's life.
That's just one of many, by the way, which I don't think we can get into. But yeah, we've had to too many times. I think now we've had to kick people out of absolute chaos. Some Russian girl got kicked out, for the show that's like billed as anyone can do anything they want. We've still had to say like, no.
How do you get kicked out of absolute chaos?
That's
Jesus.
too far. That's too far. So yeah, pretty wild. I got this from Endesa today.
Oh,
The power company. For anyone, we can talk about this, I think.
Sure.
For anyone that doesn't know, we've been in a privileged position at the new comedy Clubhouse in that we haven't been getting charged for electricity the whole time, which is crazy lucky, obviously, especially in the middle of an energy crisis. And it's one of the occasional benefits you get from the disorganization of Spain. But I opened this today, and it's so. First of all, it's for somebody else. It's for this address, but somebody else's like NIE and all of that kind of thing. And it has a charge from like November last year, where like no one was actually in the club, so there shouldn't be any power charge for November last year. And then also like for all the charges for when we've been here are way too low for what we've been doing, because we've been running the hydroponics. We've been like. This whole podcast studio runs the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
So the total for like a year and a bit is €432.
Yeah, we can handle that.
We can handle it, but I'm also like, I'm not sure that it's for us, because it just doesn't seem like they're actually measuring the power that we've been consuming.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go and call them and be like, is this for us? Because then I think they might find out what actually should be for us. So that's, I don't know how I'm going to handle that. It was just slipped under the door when I arrived.
Interesting.
Today.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
What's the name on the?
The name...
I guess we could check it and see if it's the previous occupant. Right?
Yeah, I guess what I'll do is I'll send a message to the owner and be like, "Do you know about this?"
Anna Lamar. Right. All right. If your NIF is BC.
Anna Lamar SL, which is like a business name.
Yeah.
But the business name was like V Evens or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Dun, 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 dun. I wonder, do you think maybe this is our haircutting neighbor?
Yeah, maybe we should ask our neighbors, because we did get a power bill the other day that I opened as well in a panic, in a hot sweat, and it turned out to be for the people over this way. So, I mean, that was good news.
We just get all the power bills for the entire street except for our own.
Yeah, I happily went and dropped it off to them as the good neighbor that I am. Speaking of which, this morning I went and bought a whole bunch of Christmas bribes for the neighbors.
Nice.
So I bought Ferrero Rochers and Cadbury somethings.
Cool.
I'm gonna wrap them up. I'm gonna write a little note saying Bon Nadal. What's up? We want to be friends. This is my number. Talk to me if you want to hang out.
I felt pretty good about, so we passed our surprise garbage inspection.
Mm-hmm.
We had the fire department here the other day.
Yeah, right out front, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I worked Tuesday, and late at night, it's probably 11:30 or something. Whatever show's on is going to be closing soon. I go outside, and there's a couple breaking up, right? The girl's like crying, the guys.
People that were from here, or just random people?
No, random people.
Okay.
And I was going to smoke a cigarette, but like this woman is just like bawling, and the guy's like looking really sheepish, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this. So I walk down the corner, walk back inside, and then Andy's girlfriend and her two friends decide to leave, and they walk out, and then they come right back in, and they go, "We need a chair and a glass of water. This woman outside is having a panic attack." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, she can't breathe, da da da." So then, so they go out, they start tending to this woman who begins hyperventilating and just like really histrionics is the word that comes to mind. And again, the guy just seemed kind of sheepish, this or that. And now the Belgians are, Andy's girlfriend is Belgian and her two friends are too, as well. But they're like worried that it's an abuse situation. And so, because like the guy, they separate the girl and the guy. I go to have a cigarette and I'm like, hey, so what's going on with this? And the guy's like, I don't know, man. Like, we were just having a beer and I was like, you didn't say anything? He's like, no. I'm like, are you guys together or what? He's like, yeah, we've been dating for 4 years. She's never done this before. I'm like, oh. And really, you didn't say anything to trigger this? He's like, no, why? I was like, well, I had a girlfriend who used to have panic attacks, and it's always when I told her I cheated on her. So, so the Belgians are worried about abuse, and I go back in, and I'm like, how's it going? And, like, they're tending to this girl on the street, and the one kid's like, I called the police. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I called the police 3 times. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah, we resolve our issues internally if anyone wants to know.
Because my fear was that the girl was going to calm down, and then the couple were going to leave back to their hotel or whatever, and then the police are going to show up being like, we're here for a distressed woman, and then I'm going to have to be like, she's not here. And then they're going to be like, oh, yeah, well, we need to check. Let's go inside your unlicensed bar.
Yeah.
So I started getting the paperwork out, like trying to like prepare. Fortunately, the cops never showed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank God for Spain. Spain winning again.
Yeah.
I love it.
Eventually, they got the lady to calm down. I had suggested that the guy go, and because he was like, yeah, it seems like every time I get close to her, she gets more upset. Da da da. I'm like, this is
get out of there.
Yeah, and the Belgians said that when they told the girl, they called the cops. The girl did not want the cops to come, and but like eventually they all calmed down. I gave them all, a free beer, and then they fucked off, the whole troop.
That's really why I try to avoid saying anything to anyone all the time.
Yeah.
That way nothing can go wrong. Actually, do you know what? Saturday, Gabby was here for his student shows, which have been going amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
The other Saturday, he did like 3 student shows before 7 p.m. and they were all sold out for €5 a ticket, and people were drinking as well. So it's like, and then this Saturday as well, we did like €300 before 8 p.m., which is
wow. That's the day's work almost.
Yeah, and then it petered out after. Well, it didn't peter out, but it kind of just stayed at that level, which I guess is kind of what we want. But yeah, after the second show, I guess one of his students had a panic attack, or apparently was kind of overwhelmed from being on stage and was like feeling faint and was sitting down out here, and they called an ambulance for her, I think.
Oh God.
So yeah, a lot of pressure, high pressure, high stakes. The Comedy Clubhouse. I don't know.
Yep, just another day at the Comedy Clubhouse.
Yeah.
How was Cash for Laughs last night?
I did not enjoy it.
What are we gonna do about this show? How do we get it to be, better?
Yeah, I've had lots of thoughts. I think the topics I wrote were good. I mean, I wrote them, so I thought they were good. And I think actually there was enough comedians there, or like improvers really there, that like there was enough of a vibe. It's just that there was an audience. There was like 6 people that weren't performing, and 4 of them were eating pizza. I was trying to get people down, so I was like, yeah, come down with your pizza, it's fine. As long as you can laugh with your mouth full, it's all good. So, yeah, it was an audience problem more than anything. And then also doing some kind of an introduction is what Richard suggested, some kind of a warm-up act type thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do it again until we know it's going to be good. I don't want to do it with 5 people, especially because it's like the show we're filming, and then we're basically spending money to edit it down, and we're putting it up for the universe to see.
Yeah.
And we got a hate comment.
Really?
Yeah, on the YouTube. Someone thought it was shit.
All right. Well, very, very. Was it me?
No, it wasn't you. He said that this is hard to watch. It wasn't. You weren't in the video. I wasn't in the video either.
Okay, well, so that explains it.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, so I responded to him and said, "Yep, thanks for commenting. Keep at it." But But yeah, it'd be nice to fix that show. And I think having an audience is the main thing. It could almost be done if you just had 2 topics or something. It could almost be done as like a section of Show Up, Go Up, or a section of Bomb Shelter, or like, you used to do Hot Topics in the middle of
Bomb Shelter. Yeah.
Could be cool.
That'd be a way to ensure it's awesome.
Yeah.
Give the topics ahead of time. Crowd of 50 people. One thing I thought about is changing the format, making it into like a talk show, like a late night talk show.
Changing the format of Cash for Laughs.
Yeah. And so, like, that Cash for Laughs section would be, part of a talk show or something. Mm-hmm. Then we have comics, a little banter, this or that.
Yeah.
I really want to write for a talk show. I love like monologue jokes and stupid shit like that. Yeah.
Well, it was fun. It was fun yesterday. I enjoyed going through all like the current news and.
Do you have the topics?
Yeah, I have them here. I'll tell you what they were. I had Qatari government launches an investigation into the deaths of migrant workers. So the prompt was other investigations with as much credibility as that of the Qatari government.
That's the number one was this is exactly like OJ's "If I Did It" book, or when OJ decided to hire some investigators to find the real killer.
Yeah. So I think somebody used that.
Okay,
actually,
good.
Which was nice. I did ways to console the Moroccans on the Football World Cup loss. Something about the Liver King, which I'm kind of surprised when people don't know about the same things that I know about.
Yeah,
I see it over and over and over and over again. Yep. But it's just that's what my algorithm's doing.
I know about the Liver King, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think of him?
I was disappointed.
Are you serious?
No, I mean, I didn't know about him before all this controversy, but
sure.
You look at him and you go, like, come on.
Of course he's on. So for the 50 listeners out there who don't know about Liver King, it's this hyper-jacked guy on the social medias, promoting a kind of like a paleo diet. He's like trying to say like, hey, I'm a caveman. I just eat raw meat and don't use soaps or whatever. And he's absolutely ripped, just completely cut.
Like veins popping. He looks like he's bursting out of his skin.
Yeah. And he says, no, I don't do steroids.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, I forget how, but like it came out that he did in fact do steroids. And so now it's this big controversy.
Yeah.
I think he was on Joe Rogan and...
He wanted to be on Joe Rogan. Rogan didn't let him on.
Oh, no? Good. Hey, attaboy. He was on Andrew Schultz, I think, then. He was on one of these...
it would have been on one of these podcasts.
Any jokes come out of that?
It was least surprising revelations of 2023, and there were some good ones, like Joe Biden reveals he likes smelling children's hair and things like that. I really think the quality of the jokes was fairly good. Actually, new guy won, a guy called Sam, who was...
Oh.
Do you know him?
I think he's like a young British guy.
Friends with Mike, improv.
Oh,
guy.
Maybe is he really tall?
Very tall and kind of musical theater vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
So he did really, really well.
Congrats to Sam.
We did things Brittany Griner misses about prison in Russia. I used your study where its study suggests that Viagra reduces the risk of Alzheimer's by 69%. That was fun. So we looked at other alternative non-sexual uses of Viagra.
Any?
Nah, I think that was a bit of
mobile coat rack. Think about it.
Yeah. Someone said the best way to dry your towels.
Nice.
Then you sent me another article that was scientists have just discovered that snakes have clitorises.
Yep.
Which is very fun. I couldn't read it because it's a subscription, so I was just going off of the...
I didn't read it. I just saw the headline. I was like, that's
how we roll.
Johnny boy.
So I was... the prompt was other scientific discoveries that were made by creeps. Or like weird ways to make scientific discoveries. And then the final one, which we had to touch on, was Elon Musk getting booed at the Dave Chappelle show.
Oh.
Pretty topical, pretty relevant.
Anything come out of that?
Well, the prompt was like things Elon Musk is going to get booed for in 2023.
Okay.
I said PayPal.
Oh, why?
It's crap. They have 2,000 euros of mine they won't give me.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Still.
Well, it's one of those things that it's just like a massive admin task. I have to prove, because the name of my company was Códigos de Barras, but I used a personal account, and now they're like, now I have to change my name, but I can't change my. It doesn't matter. It's very, very boring and very, very stupid.
Let's ask Google. This isn't Google, is it? This AI chatbot.
No, it's called ChatGPT.
I think it's by a company named OpenAI, which is not Google. But we should ask them for hot topics.
Yeah. I was thinking we could get the chat bot to give us some of those.
Yeah. You ever notice that they've made so like the very first they invent these AIs, right? These algorithms can machine learning and all that, and the very first uses are to like map women's heads on porn stars, create like fake art and then fake chats. Like, why aren't they using AI for things that we actually need done?
Yeah, well, it'll happen. The thing is, the people that are using the AI for things that we need done aren't going to say that they're using the AI for it, right?
Oh.
So there's going to be a huge explosion of expert freelancers that are pretending to spend a lot of time working on something, but really they're just getting the AI to do it.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, because there must be so many of the things, like, half of the things that exist on Fiverr are now redundant. So
man.
there's got to be a huge market for just like listing stuff and then doing it cheaper than everyone else, but also not doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like what a better use of AI. Why isn't there, an AI to clean up my dog's shit, or an AI to like play with my dog so that I don't have to? An AI to give emotion and affection to women that I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could have got the AI to chat to your buddy Felix.
Yes.
It might have really helped him.
Oh my, that would be we'll just have AI robots talk people down for like 3 days.
Yeah, I think one day you'll be able to have like a WhatsApp number that's not yours, it's just for an AI, and you're like, hey man, look, if you ever want to talk, here's my number. And then you give the AI some instructions, and it gives like emotional support to people that you don't want to do that for.
I read this thing on Twitter where somebody trained the AI on their like high school journals, and then carried on a conversation with their younger self.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of spooky.
Yeah, but like it turned out the younger self was like really kind and like, hey, you've grown so much, da da da. And like the woman or whoever ended up crying or something like that.
Oh really?
Yep.
Get over it. Come on. It's an AI. Take it easy. Take it easy. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but before I just was wondering what the status of AI jokes is.
Yeah, apparently Dragos Christian got an AI to write him a joke. I was thinking about doing it as well, to be honest. Just like my next set could be AI, and like, because a lot of comedy's about how you sell it, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if you could do it and pass it off as something you've written.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the sound's okay, right? It feels a little bit, I don't know.
It's
Now it sounds good.
There's a little bit of static maybe, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think once we export it, it's good. So the Clubbies coming up.
Yes!
Everyone's very excited. It's like pulling teeth to try and get people to RSVP to anything in advance these days, unfortunately. So I'm posting it in all the chats, we're sending individual messages, and we've had 17 people respond at this stage. Which I just know that like the day before there's going to be 100 people that are like...
Yeah. So tell us, John, what is the Clubbies?
The Clubbies. The
What
first
are?
annual Clubhouse Awards ceremony 2022, which I'm really excited for. We have had some good nominations so far. I thought, if you want, I can read out some nominations.
Yeah,
and you can
totally.
see if you can guess who the person was
Okay.
that got nominated for them. First one's easy. Best non-Hawaiian ukuleleist.
Jamie Lerner.
Jamie Lerner. Yeah, that was from Marcus. Best Englishman.
Oh, geez, I'll nominate Ewan.
Yeah, that was actually Andy Casper.
Okay.
Ewan got a nomination for Best Weirdo.
Oh, ooh, that'll be a tough category this year.
Yeah. Hot competition. Most stoned bartender.
Oh,
Another very, very tough competition.
boy, did I win this?
You got that one.
Okay,
Yeah, congratulations. Has a massive cock.
that's me.
No, it wasn't you. It was actually Jacob. Congratulations to Jacob on his massive cock. Biggest overnight sensation.
I don't know.
Hector.
Okay, overnight, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was overnight, but I guess he did have the opening for Michelle and CK giving him the
Yeah, he's blown up. He's
blessing.
had a great year.
Yeah, he's been doing
A lot of hard work
good.
paying off, Hectorito. Good job.
Yeah, it's the Beatles thing, right? Like it took 15 years to become an overnight sensation.
Yeah.
So good job, Hector. And best comedy club in Barcelona.
Ooh. Comedy Clubhouse?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it is the Comedy Clubhouse. Congratulations to us. And there's a couple of other most complaints about being single. I think is fun. There's a lot of nominations that I won't get into now because they might actually end up being the final list.
Oh, cool.
I think we probably end up releasing the final list of nominations, probably like 9 different categories, but not announcing who wins them, right? And then on the
So 9 categories. Do you put a couple names for each category, just to say, hey, who else? Hey, Kyla, you were nominated for most massive cock.
Yeah. Okay, that seems like a fun way to do it. So we introduce the categories, and then we decide who we should meet with, like Hannah tomorrow maybe, and Hannah Monday morning. And then I'll go and we'll decide everything, and then I'll go to the trophy place and get them made. But any people that we throw around for the suggestions, we can be like, that counts as a nomination. So it'll be like most dedicated and responsible showrunner, Matthew Murtha, Jacob Kirkov, this one, and the winner was whoever, and they get their name on the trophy, and they get to like...
Yeah. I think we can do a little awards, we can do posts about the nominations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like just a title card and then the 3 names or whoever.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I part of my Google plan is to take lots and lots and lots of photos so that they can be in this Google Drive ready to go.
So one thing I need to get better at, and I want to just make sure it's cool, but when there's
He's scared of it. After the sticker scandal, he's double checking.
a little bit, because, you know, behind the scenes, Johnny Boy has been crushing things lately, and we have a whole promotions team that he's been running, and with like a schedule and plans and purposes. But one thing that I think we need to do every night is take our Clubhouse phone and just like scan the room with all the people hanging out, having fun, and then just, you know, post that.
Yeah.
And we can do that every night, because one of the things, we're now at the phase where all we have to do is have fun and then show everybody how much fun we're having.
Totally.
That's like the whole game of social media. So we just have to remember to show off every now and then.
Yeah. I think when there's like awesome things happening at the Clubhouse, we should train the bartenders to be taking photos of it at least.
Yeah, maybe we'll get somebody on the phone next time we do the clap for bomb shelter.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
right? Because there's always 40 people in the room, and we'll tell a couple of people to like go play along with it. So
totally. The clap is a very cool tradition that's cropped up at the Clubhouse. I guess you came up with it.
Yeah. You know what? Also, we can do, maybe when Vem's back, we'll just have her record it. But you know how we used to do that thing where everybody cheers when somebody new walks in the room?
Yeah, that's really
We
fun.
should record that and record people's responses, because it's so hilarious. Everybody walks in and they goes, huh? What? Oh, of course it's for me.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't...
No, that was really cool at
Limericks, yeah.
I also love the notice board tradition
Yeah.
that's now taken off at the Clubhouse.
That's amazing.
So I pranked Matt. I'm known for my classic pranks sometimes. So when I put the notice board up, I wrote a little note saying like, girlfriend wanted. I'm a molecular biologist looking for a girlfriend. The only requirement is that she has to be real. Please inquire at the bar. And then somebody read inquire as Enrique. So now
Yeah.
it's like Enrique at the bar. So people are adding a bunch of different stuff. So it's like boyfriend wanted, this whole list, and then talk to Enrique at the bar. And I had a friend in here yesterday, Joanne, one of my guys from the cruise ship, and he was like, "Oh, I actually do want a girlfriend." So he got somebody else to write a really neat, really tidy note, and he put it up on the
Oh, I haven't
notice
seen
board
that yet. That's great.
with his real phone number on it. So
Holy
if anyone's
shit.
looking for a super hot Catalan man called Joan, he's in his mid 50s to mid 60s, I would say, and he's an actor, he's an improver, he does a lot of stuff. So
Matchmaker.
give him a call.
Oh, you know who we can set him up with? Sherez.
Who's Sherez?
The mid-50s woman that comes by every now and then.
Is she the one that did the recording in here? The one that the lady that won one of the 50 most influential women of 2022.
That's her.
Which is such I mean, we could run that as a competition.
As somebody else was saying, like, just put Forbes 30 under 30. Nobody's going to check.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you need a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything in between, feel free to put up a note on the notice board of the Comedy Clubhouse, and we'll see what we can do about it.
Yeah, find some love at the Comedy Clubhouse. Do you want to wrap things up, or should we talk about our non-guest tonight?
Oh, no, I don't want to touch on that yet.
Okay.
I think maybe in the new year when Belinda's coming to Barcelona again in early January. So maybe we touch on it then.
Stay tuned for some hot goss.
Yeah, there was a bit of tension, but it's not something I want to get into right now.
Fair enough. What do we have coming up this week?
Comedy Bomb Shelter. Shut Up Bitch. The Bitch of the Year Awards.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's very exciting. A hotly fought over competition.
I think my father nominated me. Just kidding. My dad, he does not mean like that.
Johan's
Yeah!
solo show in French, which is cool.
Mon
That's
Dieu!
actually a very exciting thing that we get to do.
That's right.
Both me and Matt have been invited to perform at this French guy Johan's comedy club in Nantes.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 27th of January, he's going to fly us out, and we're going to do a split show there between us.
Yeah!
Back on tour, John and Matt.
Yeah!
Super excited for that. I think
That's how
that's
it all began.
Really cool. Let's do a little, I don't know, mini documentary type thing. Go like,
Absolutely.
This is what the new club's like. Road trip. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
That reminded me of something. Oh, big shout to our manager, Noah, booking us corporate gigs now.
Oh, yeah. Matt beat me out for a corporate gig, which is okay. Honestly, I was like, take it.
Yeah, come on. You got to leave me some work. We've been getting in all these commercials. We've had some new members to the Creators Club, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. Tamer Katan's joined, which is freaking cool. He's going to be recording his podcast here.
Yeah. Elsie has joined also.
Awesome.
And yeah, I think the space is going to fill up during the days now.
Yeah. What's really cool, and even on like Saturdays, Gabby's talking about doing shows starting at 1:00 in the afternoon or whatever. So it's going to be really like morning to 12 every single day. At least the space will be getting used, which is really awesome.
Yeah. So things are cooking here at the Comedy Clubhouse.
Yep. And we'll keep telling you about it if you keep listening.
And and so thank you to Chat GPT for today's introduction.
Yeah, I did want to say that we will be using Chat GPT for a lot of the different stuff around the Clubhouse. So if there's anything that you don't like how it's being run, it's probably
it's it's the AI's fault.
I'd say it's in the early stages,
Very exciting. All right, Johnny boy, good job today. Thanks for joining you.
You're welcome.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been Constructing the Clubhouse, your everyday take of building a comedy club in Barcelona. I have been your host, Dr. Matthew John Murtha.
I've been John Ellis.
Thank you and good night.